Hello world, how's everyone doing? Okay, so it has been a week since I posted and it's been a week since I stretched. So yeah, oh dear. Feel a little bit like a kid who's gone to school without doing their homework, which is terrifying. Terrifying. There's nothing scarier than going to school and being like, I didn't do my homework. Not that I'm like crazy lazy, it's just that I'm crazy busy. And everyone is crazy busy. Everyone everywhere is always busy. So I guess that's all part of the documentation. Is it realistic? Is it maintainable? This type of commitment, you know? It is ideal. In the ideal world, we have 10 days a week and half of them would be a weekend, you know? In an ideal world, we all just, you know, have money and time. But that's not how things work, unfortunately. I was totally doing this running app where I was like, if you run 3 times a week, for like 10 weeks, it like slowly gets you up to 10K. Actually, great app, running app, love it. You tell people you can run 10K and it's like, woo-hoo. But I didn't have time to run 3 times a week because you'd run and it would go like for about an hour and then you come home and then you stretch and then you shower and before you know it, it's like 3 hours, 3 times a week. Ain't nobody got time for that, seriously. The thing that I want to address is that we go all like, I just want to give up because I haven't stretched in like a week and then we're already like halfway through the month. But no, don't give up. That's when you stop. That's the worst. Just don't give up. You commit too much and then it's a little bit overwhelming and then instead you give up, all right? So like, I mean, that goes for a bunch of things. It goes for stretching challenges, it goes for relationships, you know, that type of stuff. So I'm not gonna put that type of pressure on myself, but the next challenge is, do we join everyone at day 9 or do I do day 4 or I don't even know. So I guess I'm gonna use my judgment. Use your judgment. I hope you got good judgment, okay? If you don't, then that's a completely other issue. So I decided to do day 4 in the StretchIt app, which tells me to do body stretch 5. That's completely wrong. Full body stretch 2, and then it has some extra stretches on the app, which is what I love about the StretchIt app, that you don't have to be an app user, but you probably should because you're gonna get more out of actually having the app. But it's so accessible, you're just on your newsfeed and you're like, oh, there it is, let's stretch. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna embark on full body class 2, and let's see how it goes, all right? All right, let go. Well, how does this work? Firstly, you add me on social media, hello. And then let's go to StretchIt. Okay, and here is day 4, where it advises you to either take a rest day or do full body class 2, and then followed by this wonderful extension stretch. So here's the app. Here's full body class 2. Shall we?
Begin laying on your back.
Yes.
In an X shape, with your heels wider than.
And now for the live commentary. Start off with lying on your back and just rolling your head back and forth. Lots of fun. This sort of flexing and extending of both the hands and the legs, really cool. I've always sort of wondered why though. You know, what is that? Is that just to start to engage your body? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, well, this was painful, surprisingly painful. I'm working really hard to actually keep my pelvis in the right position. I do not want to compromise my lower back. I've done that for many years and it has resulted in lower back pain. But as a result, this is difficult. That's just 90 degrees, but it is quite difficult for me. It's a bit of a stingy pain. I also quite enjoyed that outside leg stretch. I guess that's also your hamstrings, but it's just on the outside of your leg. I guess that's something we always forget, that the hamstrings, it's hamstrings, not hamstring. There's a bunch of them, and one of them sits on the outside, I believe. Now on the left side, however, it was very nice. It was just refreshing and relaxing. I could have kept going for another few minutes on the left side. On the right side, I couldn't wait for it to be over. And as you can see, I'm actually more flexible on the left side. Again, I'm working really hard to keep neutral spine, not to compromise that position. And again, stretching the outside. Maybe that's the ITB that you're stretching, not entirely sure. Opening up of the hips, this is really great. And just stretching the quads. I have a bit of a wonky knee on the left side. And even butt stretches, you know, like I've said in the past, like maybe I'm just really tight there. But yeah, it's fun, it's really nice, but it's still a bit of a strain for me just to pull that in. That other stretch, the round one, that was sort of a little bit tight on my lower back. It put strain on my lower back. But I was working really hard, you know, really engaging through my quads to make sure I was sitting up on my sit bones. And that's it, 15 minutes.
All right, so I just finished that. I'm going to switch
Flex the foot of the extended leg and
Okay, and now this was the challenge for the day. Ooh, wow, like, I mean, there's feeling tight, and then sometimes I just almost feel like I'm not supposed to be stretching that part of my leg, because it's so tight. It's so tight. It feels like, oh, look at me falling all over the place. Look, I can barely, you know, just like, I can't even find the equilibrium. I don't know. I can't even just sit properly. It's awkward. Awkward. But clearly I need to be stretching that.
Whew, okay, well, I feel relaxed and I feel open. And what I didn't realize, sorry, is, you know, looks like I've had a little bit too much fun, if you know what I mean. What I did like about that particular class was that it's only 15 minutes long. Not to say that I don't like stretching for ages. 30 minutes and on and upwards, yeah, it can feel a little bit intimidating. Because you just want to like relax. You don't want to stress. The whole point of stretching is that you're not stressed. But 30 minutes and upwards, sometimes I get a bit like, oh, okay, are we ready for this? And it's funny, when you go through these stretches, you learn really interesting things about your body. Interesting and very important, but sort of random. For one, I always thought I was really loose on the right side, my right hamstring, but when we were lying down and I had it extended above me, that was not fun. I had to breathe through that. However, on the left side, it was like good pain. You know how there's good pain and there's bad pain? It was good pain. It was like really, oh yeah, it's like challenge me on the left side. On the right side, I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. When I went into the one that was on the Instagram feed, holy moly, did you see me? I could barely hold that position. It's just awkward and weird, but it still feels good, you know? And it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm glad I'm not in class because I'm gonna look like an idiot toppling over everywhere. But in the comfort of my own place, I can just be like, hee hee, can't do it, I'm falling over. Anyway, that's that for today. I'm just gonna finish my banana. So how are you? Oh really? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, what did he say? So anyway, this was I did day 4, but today's day 9. All right, well, I guess I'll catch you next time. Sometimes I want to just like strip everything down and be like, you're the one that's giving me all the problem. And just like, and then, you know, put it all back together.